Hello, my name is Edward Plus. I'm the Group Innovation Director of Veritas. As global leaders in testing, inspection, and certification, we're committed to shape a world of trust. Today, I'm speaking from our brand new Center of Excellence dedicated to sustainability in Bangkok. Together with the local teams, we're working on our service offering for companies in scope of the EU Deforestation Regulation, also known under the acronym EUDR. So what's EUDR? Well, EUDR came into force in June 2023 with an application date at end 24. It applies to European importers and exporters of 7 types of commodities: coffee, soy, timber, palm oil, rubber, cocoa, cattle, and all their derivatives. The global objectives of this regulation are of 3 kinds. First, making sure that any of these products or commodities that are traded with Europe are not contributing to deforestation or forest degradation. Second, making sure that they were produced in compliance with local regulations regarding human rights, labor laws, environmental laws, anti-corruption laws. And 3, documenting their traceability from producers to the borders of the EU market. To reach these objectives, the European authorities have set a list of requirements to the companies that are involved in this commodities value chain within the European territory. These obligations are of 3 kinds. First, obligation of data collection, documenting who produced and who traded these commodities before the entry or exit of the EU market. And this includes the geolocation of the production land, as well as conclusive and verifiable pieces of evidence regarding the fact that this production was not contributing to deforestation and made in compliance with the mentioned rules. We're also talking about the implementation of a risk assessment or risk management system to analyze the data that were collected in regards of multiple parameters. The underlying idea is to evaluate the non-compliance risk related to the traded commodities. We're finally talking about the implementation of risk mitigation actions, possibly via an independent third party whenever the assessed risk is not negligible. Data collection, risk assessment, and risk mitigation actions are the 3 steps included in the due diligence obligations set by the European Union. On a yearly basis, the companies in scope will have to report publicly the findings and outcomes of this due diligence process. So, obviously, this new regulation can be a game changer in the international trade with Europe for the commodities in scope. Undertakings that are located in the EU must comply and refrain from importing or exporting products that would not comply. And because we're talking about international trade, this regulation will have consequences outside Europe in exporting countries. And some countries are at the forefront of this race to compliance. Thailand is one of them, but there's still a long way to go. As a trusted third party, Bureau Veritas is working alongside the various local authorities to offer its help and make sure that companies in scope have all the tools they need to comply. We help our clients to scope their needs and tailor or adapt their sourcing policies to align them with the regulatory requirement. We help them set their traceability infrastructure, either via BV strategic partnerships with top players like Optel or Keros, or using their existing tools. We also have the global footprint to go on site and carry out verification to mitigate the risks associated to EUDR. And for producers, we are working on the best way to adjust to their future clients' requests, because offering a ready-to-go solution to comply with their regulatory requirements can become a game changer in international trade. This is part of our mission. This is what we need to do to shape a world of trust.